Hey, what is going on, guys? It is SuperbTube here and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be going over the 5 most annoying, insufferable NPCs in all of Fallout 4 that you must kill. These NPCs cannot be permitted to live in the wasteland any longer, for they get on my nerves far too much. So let's begin. Coming in at the number 5 spot we have Knight Rhys. Knight Rhys is a whiny little man. You show up to the Brotherhood of Steel compound at the Cambridge police station at the start of the game and meet him, Scribe Halen and Paladin Dance. Immediately, he is extremely butthurt that you even exist.
Excuse me.
Try anything and I'll cut you down.
You save him and the rest of the gang just for him to be such a rude little baldy toward you. He is so incredibly smug and condescending with how he talks down to you.
You decided to stay, huh? I expected you to take your payment and run. Got enough trouble stomping muties and ferals. I don't need something else to worry about.
Rhys, that's enough.
And when he asks you to complete his mission, he has the goal to say,
Don't come back until the job's done.
as if he is some wasteland Chad. You had to rush in to save him from some feral ghouls. Not only that, he, out of the 3 of them, Paladin Dance, who was in power armor, and Scribe Halen, who isn't trained for combat purposes, he was the one on the floor. He might as well be made of paper mache. Knight Rhys is an annoying little man who has far too much pride and far too much arrogance to ever let you shine. Knight Rhys deserves his fate on the list, but at least he softens up a little later and becomes somewhat likeable, but that cannot be said for the next members on this list. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have Doctor Carrington. Doctor Carrington can be found inside the Railroad HQ. Already this is a bad sign, as anyone who would voluntarily choose to be affiliated with the Railroad needs a serious background check. But he is just again another whiny little man who hates your existence for being better than him. After being admitted to the super secret Railroad organization, whose password for their secret bunker is also Railroad, you get to talk to this man. Immediately he takes a dislike to you and speaks with such a condescending and arrogant tone, and is rather upset that you have even been allowed in.
I still can't believe Des assigned you to our HQ.
Despite that you have proven yourself to be a loyal railroader, he's having none of it, and you need to pass an orange charisma check to get on his good side. This is another case of a know-it-all who thinks that because he has mastered the simplistic art of wasteland medicine, which is about on par with the foremost minds of the medieval world, that he can command you and treat you like dirt. In your time with the Railroad, even just a few missions in, you assist far more than the Grumpy Doctor ever has. Dr. Carrington deserves his fate on this list, but again, similar to Knight Rhys, he can somewhat soften up and become less insufferable, so that is why he is only number 4. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Alan Lee. Alan Lee is a bit of a step up from Dr. Carrington and Knight Rhys in that his insufferability is not really forgivable. You can find him in the Far Harbour DLC at the town of Far Harbour, where he greets us as soon as we arrive. His Far Harbour hospitality is very unlikable, and he proves himself to not just be wary of strangers, but rather intolerant of mainlanders.
I can hear you.
The mainlander.
So mind what you say.
Great.
Alan is also incredibly hateful toward the Children of Atom, and even killed one of their missionaries who arrived at the town. Whatever you may think of the Children of Atom and their religion, the individual that he killed was just an innocent person who was attempting to spread the word of their faith, and Alan murdered him in cold blood. His intolerance is his worst feature. He is a close-minded, hateful little man who is once again severely angry at your existence because you're better than him. At least, however, Alan is an all-round hateful person, and not just hateful toward you like Dr. Carrington or Knight Rhys, so at least he's consistent. Alan deserves to be eviscerated for his spiteful character. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Ann Codman.
Well, hello there. Another one of the poor and stupid of Diamond City come begging for table scraps?
Ann Codman has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. She can be found sauntering about the upper stands within Diamond City, sporting her signature grey clean suit and blonde hair to flex on all the impoverished members of the city. Trying to speak with this actual witch nets you a great interaction with her, for she immediately belittles you and decrees you as essentially a poverty-stricken mole rat coming up to beg for table scraps. Whereas with the other members on this list, you could argue that Knight Rhys and Dr. Carrington are insufferable, but at least they're doing what they're doing to protect their respective faction, and the same can be said for Alan Lee trying to protect his town from outsiders. But Ann Codman, Jesus. Anne has not even a modicum of positivity surrounding her, and she is just a moody old cow. She's a classist, judgmental hag who I would at least somewhat respect if she was honest about what she had. But if we kill her, upon her corpse we find a piffling few caps. So not only is she all of the above, but also a massive fraud. Absolutely remove her from the Commonwealth immediately. Now, before we get to number 1, because I think we all know what number 1 will be, I just wanted to throw in a quick honourable mention of Mo Cronin. Mo is a grumpy, idiotic moron who fails to listen to anything you say regarding baseball because he apparently knows best.
I like my version better.
Not only is he ignorant of everything, he is also just a massive douche, because literally as soon as he is off the clock and not selling, he just tells you to sod off essentially.
I'm done working for the day. Get lost.
Mo, you don't deserve to be on the list maybe, but I don't like you, and I'm not happy with your existence. Alright, we've all been waiting for number 1. Who's it going to be? Let's hit the drums. Marcy Long. Marcy Long is the worst and most insufferable bat in all of Fallout 4. Marcy possesses many of the qualities of the individuals upon this list. She is arrogant.
What gave you the idea we're friends?
Presuming I would ever want to be friends with her. She is demanding.
Nothing I hate more than raider scumbags. If you run into any, put a few down for me.
Why would I ever help you at all? These traits would net her a spot on this list naturally, but the fact that she is part of Preston's cronies, a group whom we are solely responsible for rescuing, who we invite into our old home neighbourhood, which we build up ourselves using our time and resources and energy to give these remaining members a chance at life. And what does this creature say in return?
Do I look like I want to chit-chat?
The ungratefulness shown to us by this entitled creature cannot go unpunished. She contributes nothing to the development of the settlement apart from incessant complaining. Literally, the first Google result when you search Marcy Long in Fallout 4 is asking for a tutorial on how to get rid of her. Marcy needs to get a grip and humble herself. She is not special, she is not important, she has no skills. I hate her. Goodbye Marcy, and good riddance. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you have anyone else you think that needs to be slapped on this list, please do let me know. If there's enough people, maybe I'll make a part 2, but these are the ones that I could think of, and the ones that really just grind my gears every time I play the game. Every time I find them, I just want to remove them from the wasteland. Hopefully you did enjoy, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, in a bit.